when someone you care about is nearing the end of their lives. Ayan. Yan po yung ating topic ngayon. When someone you care about is nearing the end of their life, that is a natural conclusion to having lived a long and full life. Most people who live in an aged residential care home will have conditions associated with an aging body. Many will have had treatment, usually medication, for symptoms related to their aging heart, lungs, brains, and other organs. Commonly, older people have times of being relatively well, then times of ill health can often become more frequent. This may have been the reason for their move to residential care. Declining health with slower recovery times is normal as people age. That's sometimes described as being frail. Sometimes this natural decline is barely noticeable from day to day. The changes can be quite shocking if you visit when you haven't seen the person for a while, even if you have had phone calls and report for each episode. Nearing the end of life, some of the ways that we know someone is starting to near the end of life includes needing to be seen by doctors or nurse practitioner more frequently, to alter medication, to manage symptoms, things that cause the residents discomfort or distress. Increasing weakness or unsteadiness that affects how well they can move around. The residents may have an increasing number of falls. Fractures may result from falls in older adults due to normal loss of bones strength. Fractures are not always easy to diagnose or treat in an older person. Less interest in activities or relationship that they used to enjoy and more time spent resting. Less interest in eating and eventually reduce interest in drinking too. Each person's death is personal to them. There are some experiences that are common to many people in the last stages of life. These can occur over months and are more obvious in the last weeks or days. Saying that they are tired and ready to go and spending increasing amounts of time resting or sleeping. Less and less interest in eating and drinking. They may prefer a little soft foods or just sip of fluids to keep their mouth comfortable while they are still conscious, awake or responsive, and lip balm to comfort. Sometimes, unexpectedly, the person may appear better than they were for the short time before they died. This is the beginning of letting go of life and starting to prepare for death, which involves both the shutting down of the bodily functions and completion of the spirit works, the finishing and letting go. Remembering that the death is a material event, a natural event, not a medical event. It is natural, not a medical event. Care and not cure is the goal. This means We keep the resident as comfortable as possible until they die. Care is best provided in their own bed, in a familiar place with staff who knows and care for them and their loved ones. If you are with a family member whose life is coming to an end and you are unsure about anything, please talk to the registered nurse who will answer your questions or seek further support for you. In the most enlivened homes, there are smaller lounge with comfortable chairs, small fridge, and tea and coffee making facilities for family members to use. Light refreshments are also available if you ask the staff. If you want to stay with your loved ones through the last stages of life, please talk to the manager of the homes. This is not a promo. This is one of the leaflets where I'm working. Anyway, I will not mention uh, what what you might notice. Some of things you may notice in the last days, hours of life, are the ways in which the body prepares itself for death. This includes less needs and desire for foods and fluid. Eventually, there will come a time when food and drinks is not wanted or needed. This can be difficult for a family member to accept, but it is a physical sign that the person is not going to get better. Caring can be continued in other ways, moistening the mouth with ice chips or offering swabs to cool drinks may provide comfort. Changes in bowels and bladder's habit as the muscles relax accident can happen. Confusion. Confusion and restlessness, which may include picking, pulling, fidgeting behaviors. This can be the result of medication. Changes in the way the body is processing its natural chemicals or decreased oxygen to the brain. Changes in breathing which are not uncomfortable for the dying person but which may be unsettling for you. These can include rattling sounds in the throat and commonly very long gaps between breath, followed by several more frequent breaths before a long gap again. This is the sign that death is near. As the body dies, you may notice that while the person's legs and arms are cool, the abdomen is warm. You may also see purplish, bluish blotches and mottling on the legs, arms, or on the underside of the body where blood may be collecting as death nears. The body may appear yellowish or waxen in color. So, nagbabago na yung kulay ng uh, pasyente kapag siya ay sa end of life na. People who are beginning to die may want to know what it's all right for them to go. Their life had meaning and they will be remembered by those who love them. Their set of favorite clothes are set aside for them to be dressed into after they have passed away. So yun, inihahanda na yung kanilang mga susuotin. Here are some things you may like to do to help the dying person. Remember that you are supporting the person to let go. Identify yourself before speaking and speak gently. It's okay to say goodbye. Hearing is thought to be the last sense to go, so it may be better to go out of the room for some conversation with other family members or staff about what's happening. Overall blessings, prayer or karakia. Karakia is the Maori prayer. Use gentle touch and provide reassurance. Your quiet presence may provide comfort. They may turn their focus to another world and talk to people or see things that others don't see. These may be unsettling for you and you may not know how to respond. Just be as silent and supportive as possible as this is their reality. Most often, these visions are reassuring and rarely upset the dying person. Get help when you need it. Take a breath when you need one and let staff knows how you are feeling. Some people describe the dying person choosing to wait until loved ones have left the room before letting go. Sometimes letting the person know that you love them and are popping out for a few minutes will give them a space they need to complete their work. How will you know when a person has died? A number of signs can be noted when a person has died. Breathing will be stopped. There will be no heartbeats. Ayan, ito po yung mga signs na ang isang tao ay patay na. Breathing will have stopped. There will be no heartbeat. The person will not respond to touch or voice. Their eyes will be fixed on a certain spot. Pupil will be dilated and eyelid may be open. The jaw will be relaxed and mouth may stay open. They may be loss of control of bladder and bowel. There is frequently sense of peace in the room. That is a natural conclusion to having lived a long and full life. What to do when someone has died? You don't have to do anything straight away. Take as much time as you need with your loved ones. The nurse will talk to you about the best time to wash your loved ones, possibly change their clothes, and lay them flat. You may want family or friends to be with you, to say goodbye and offer one another support. If you aren't present at the time of death, you will be contacted and asked whether you like to come to the home. Every effort is made to provide a supportive environment for family to spend whenever time they want their loved ones. Staff will be present to offer their care and to answer any questions that may arise. Staff will be informed, the clinical manager or home manager or GP. Families may also seek the presence of assistance of the spiritual support person at this time to offer prayers, karakia, or other religious rites. Staff can help contact the person if necessary. Some cultures or religions will have specific rituals and or prayers to accompany the person through their last stages of life. Take as much as time as you need with your loved ones. Ayan po yung mga maaari nating gawin kung isang kasama sa pamilya, kaibigan, kamag-anak ay nalalapit na ang kanyang buhay, na siya ay aalis na sa mundo. Ayan po yung mga bagay na maaari nating gawin. Ang nabanggit ko po ay kaalaman na kalimitang ginagawa po namin sa aking pinagtatrabahuhan. Ayan po, yan po ay documented. Yan. At 6 na taon ko na po yung ginagawa. Kaya maraming mga angels ang nagdadasal para sa titaan. Mga angels na napasaya ng titaan, nabigyan ng kaligayahan, ng pag-asa, napapangiti sa mga pagmamahal na ipinadama ko sa kanila nung sila ay mga nabubuhay pa dito sa mundo. Ayan po, ang mga taong minahal natin, sila yung ating mga angels. Kaya ako po, ang dami ko pong angels. Mga angels na pinagsilbihan ko sa loob ng 6 na taon na ngayon ay nasa piling na ng Panginoon. Ang isinare ko po sa inyo ay napaka-helpful. Hindi naman natin hinihingi, pero ang lahat po ng tao ay papunta dyan. Na may natutunan kayo sa inyong titaan. Ako, takot na takot ko itong pag-uusapan. Kaya sikit, lagi niya sinasabi. Darating yung mga panahon na ganun. Ayun, isinishare ko po sa inyo. Dahil yan po isinishare ko yan sa inyo. Diyan po tayo kikita, mga palangga. God bless us all, at huwag niyo pong kakalimutan ang ating mga long form video. Diyan po tayo kikita sa mga darating na panahon. Ang isinishare ko po sa inyo ay ayan, makabuluhan. At napakarami pa po niyan. Nag-uumpisa pa lang po tayo. Maraming salamat sa inyo, mga palangga sa Pinas at sa ibang panig ng bansa. Gabayan tayo ni Lord.